Now that's it. So, what kind of bird it is? That one.
Eagle.
Yeah, but you don't look like it is. You got one of them in our neighborhood that sits up top. I mean,
Got red eyes.
I can't see his eyes. So he's close.
Very good shape. It looks like he has red eyes.
What?
I don't know. There's eagles in this area.
Snail kite. Red eyes. See him hunting all the time. Gotta know your bird.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an eagle.
Hey, I tried to answer my phone and screwed it all up. So, anyways, I'm listening now. What's up? Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll let them know. Okay? How far out are you? Okay, so, okay, see you in about 8-10 minutes. Oh, okie doke. Bye-bye.
Yeah, remember? Doesn't matter.
Chili's roster to work with. And that's everybody you can. Gerald Fox. I'll go for it too.
Everyone make sure you sound your phone.
Oh, yeah. Not yet. We'll go through some will. Oh, okay. All right, Andrew's here. We can start.
Sorry. I had mama duty. I'm so sorry. They're okay.
I heard not. Sergeant at Arms, verify membership only and secure the door. Allow only those in that are with credentials.
Mike, they're not members. Should I ask them to sit down?
Potential. You're good.
Okay, all right.
All right. By the power and authority vested in me, I'm about to open VFW 8191 Riders Group for transaction of any business that may come before it. Sergeant at Arms, please post yourself near the door and ensure it remains closed for the remainder of the meeting. Please silence all electronics. Everyone rise. Attention, face flag, present. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. All right, have a seat. All right. Roll call. So I'll do this, but you will go down the list on it. All right, director here, assistant director. Here. All right, assistant director. Here.
Yes.
All right, secretary.
Here.
PAO.
Yo,
Sergeant at Arms. Here. Assistant Sergeant at Arms. Here. And road captain. That's you, Jordan. Here. All right. All right. New membership for guests. We don't have any new membership forms to go over, but we got a couple of guests. Thank you for coming and all that stuff. You know what? It might be better just we're good. Don't worry about that. and we'll go over that afterwards. Yeah, that's an old sheet. Don't worry about that later.
That's not it.
All right. Let's see, reading of reports, financial report. I didn't grab that off the desk. We got about 8,000. Brett will go get it. We'll come back to that. All right, reading of the minutes. There's no minutes from last month, so. Any key things from last month you wanna mention?
We did talk about the deck some. We made no motions to make further donations or any rides.
Okay. All right.
But there are.
All right.
Oh yeah, you want to bring that up?
Yeah, so there was a gentleman that came in here from Indiana, recently lost a service member of his father-in-law. I guess because of the holidays, PA was kind of supposed to do a flag ceremony for him at Calvary Chapel. Long story short, it was missed, so he asked us if we could do pull a team together, do a flag presentation, and present it to the widow's spouse. We were able to pull about 5 riders together, rode over there, presented their flag. It's here from moment before, but they had some closure, and they left the next day. Good stuff. It was great to have a quick turnout. You know, it was a quick turn on it. We had like 48 hours to spare, but we got the flag over there. So
It's during the week. Who do you have with you?
it meant a lot. Tim was there. Who else was there?
John.
Yeah.
Straight pipe.
Yeah.
Straight.
That's his road name.
It was good.
Thank you guys for
All right. Financial report. So Riders Group overall in the account as of month in December, we have $8,709. For income, for the month of December, we made 285. We spent 104. All right. We had bike night, which was Friday. I think we made 200. Where's Georgia? What did we get? 225.
Well, no, I think it's 220.
220.
And it was $50 in tips. And,
Yeah. So
170.
yep. So bike riders night or bike night is roughly right around 200, right? Give or take $2. So, that's been going pretty steady. What do we make for breakfast today?
With tips, 127.
Okay, 127. So a good turnout for breakfast this morning. Not necessarily outside of the riders group. We didn't have a large crowd. We had maybe half a dozen, I guess, that came in. So a little bit slower. I didn't see some of our regulars, but you know, didn't miss with that. All right, so that's financial report.
And if I could elaborate on the breakfast, I really have no intention of raising the cost of a breakfast. It's $5 for coffee and all the breakfast. Can't beat it. Please spread the word. We're prepared to make more. So if you want to bring a friend, bring guests, plus our regular bar, extra folks. Could very well. Great participation. Thank you guys that showed up to help.
All right. Joe will be collecting dues at the end of the meeting, please. You know, if you brought your dues, pay Joe. If you don't pay him this month, please pay him next month. At that time, we're kind of locking it down, right? So to attend and be part of the meeting and everything, we need your dues, $25. Apologize, we don't have the ATM working. It's out right now. It won't be working until about Monday or Tuesday. So, and then if you need change or something, let us know, Joe, and I can change out and get a lot of time.
We write a check.
Yeah.
Andrew, you got any money?
Yeah. You got all the money.
All right, let's see, safety message, important public announcement. So I'll say, here what, in the last week, there's been 2 people hit by the train, all right? We have, some of y'all might remember we had a guy lived next door here, would come in for breakfast, had a white dog, sometimes was in the back room. He was one of the ones that was hit by the train on Friday, all right? So we kind of know that he's been into the post maybe half a dozen times, right? So don't try for safety, don't try to beat the train, all right? I mean, it's that simple. If the cross bars are down, don't go around, all right?
I have another safety.
Okay.
All right, the weather's getting awfully cold. I am adamant about tire pressures on motorcycles. You only get 2. My tire pressures were down about 8 pounds, both tires this morning. I have an air moto out there. You dial in your pressure, you plug it on, you hit the button, and it does your pressure. If anybody wants to check their pressures after the meeting, come see me. But tire pressures are vitally important on the stability and rideability of your motorcycle. So please take that to heart.
Is that a pump or does it just check the pressure?
It's a pump. It checks your pressure, tells you where you're at. You hit the button, it'll go to whatever you set it at. It's one of those new air moto things. Got it for Christmas. Yeah, it's really cool.
You get $5 for it.
Next.
Oh, they want to pay you $5 to use it.
Yeah, all right. $5. That's fine. That goes towards the rider.
All right. So let's see, any important announcements? Don, anything on the PAO side you need to bring up?
I've been getting a bunch of Facebook warnings of trade violations and
Yeah, I see
stuff. I've been trying to search it out.
that. Okay.
I think it's scams, so.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. It looked like we got a message.
Yeah.
Something like that, so.
Is there somebody trying to sell shirts on our site?
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to get rid of most of those when they pop in there, so.
Next Sunday.
All right, let's move on to old business, any old business.
Hey, before you move on to that,
There's a celebration of life ride for Tim Morris, this American
it's gonna be
Legion.
next Sunday. This
Yeah,
coming
next Sunday.
And then after that is that event that they're gonna have out at Camp Holly. So you can do both. The one at 117 is a ride and it's not a poker ride. And they're having breakfast from like 8:30 to whenever. So whoever wants to go, I don't know if you guys want to meet here. We still got the time to think about it, but I think it's an event we really should consider making a presence because we can go to the post, have a nice ride, participate there, hang out, do whatever you want to do. But then hanging out and with that Whiskey Sunrise band at Camp Holly is a blast. They are a lot of fun.
He's been here. Josh Camp, right? So
Yep, that's it.
he's been around.
And that's all on Sunday.
That's gonna be a big round.
Okay.
He's very active.
And since we have a month to procrastinate, would you please write it on the board after this?
Well, it's not a month, it's on,
Or a week.
Yeah.
But put the time that we're all gonna meet up here.
okay.
You know, rise to, put it on the board. That way,
So, yeah, so I guess, hey, I'm down for making it, an official ride from here. I will be out of town. I'm out of town on, 20th, but, what time does the event start?
That's what I want to find out. So if you want to go to both, it's going to take up kind of the whole day. Breakfast starts at 8:30, but we don't necessarily have to get there at 8:30.
When's the ride start?
There's no ride. It's a ride in.
Oh, a ride.
Yeah. So what makes it so nice is like, if you want to do both, what I kind of recommend is maybe we gather here, I don't know, 10, something like that. If we get here at 10, ride down together, we make a showing, we can hang out for a while, then we can go to Camp Holly, we can eat lunch there.
Okay.
That way we hit them all because I think if I remember correctly, the band starts playing at 1 o'clock at Camp Holly. They go to like 5. And believe me, you're gonna wanna hang out because these guys are really good. Really
What's
good.
that, man? You posted or
Yep,
something?
and believe me, if, as far as looking for new members, there's gonna be a lot of activity. There's gonna be a lot of guys there. Motorcycle crowd is gonna be a lot of people there.
All right, so, we'll say meet here at 10, right? Catch pins up, 10:15. And, let me think, Saturday.
Is that Saturday or
It's
Sunday?
on Sunday.
Yeah,
Yep,
Sunday. So, meet here at 10. Once, and we'll leave at 10:15. So give everybody like a 15-minute window. We'll go down what is it, 117?
117.
Go from 117, hang out there, and then go over to camp. Perfect. Right. And then from there, we'll disperse. However, everybody wants to stay and all that. That'll work. Right. So we'll put that on the board out there, and we'll post it on Facebook across the board.
They're on there. Anytime I get a hint for a ride, I post it.
All right, so we'll just post it, the information about, hey, meeting here at 10, it ends up to.
Okay, yeah.
Go down there.
You check on the times on that, because on Sundays, they don't open up. I've been down there and they didn't open like noon.
No, I got it.
Yeah,
It's all,
this is all special.
this is a special event.
And our post will.
No, well,
No.
A week ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so 10's perfect. 10 out of here is 10:15.
all right. All right.
Now, the only thing is, if we wake up and it's a freaking monsoon, then we'll just have to do the text thing.
Yep.
Not that it would rain in Florida.
I got 12
All right. Let's see. All right. I think that's good for public announcements. Any old business? I don't know if we cover anything old. I don't think so. What's that?
Nothing on the deck.
Oh, I was thinking Navy deck. Proud of me. Yeah, so, on the deck, it's almost done. Went through Christmas, I've been kind of slow about it, because of things. So, by February, first week of February, these two will get the complete package. They'll get to look it over, and I think in the next meeting, everybody, that gives you guys everything. That is everybody, but it'll be just like we did 20 by 60, 1/3 cover, 1/3 sunscreen, 1/3 big deck, and then include the pre-planning for electrical down the road, all that stuff. A lot of package of what material is going to be needed, and then I'm just going to all Lowe's and Home Depot for right now. Say, here's my building material and how much, So it kind of gives us an idea of what we can have. And then it'll be split up in sections where you can do this piece now, then funds come available, and then so it's similar to like being modular. You don't have to do it all at once. Break it up in sections. Still be able to use it as you go along.
Does that mean we'll start at that end?
Start at this end down here. So, and then the sections will be obviously, because you're trying to be smart about it, but all the concrete will be done first, right? So that way you don't have to have a concrete guy coming back to the time. Then once the concrete's done, then the backbone framing will all be completed, right? And then when you start laying in the 20-foot sections, then that way you can use 20 foot of it, open it up, do another 20 foot, and you got 40 feet, and then to go from there. So, but you can break it up in sections, do it all at once. That's the cool thing about it. And then it's just however you got it.
All right, so we'll we'll look at presenting and bringing that next Friday.
Quick question there. You said Home Depot and Lowe's. Have you looked at 84 lumber down here on Pineda? Did they beat you? I don't know anything about them. I know they've been around for a long time.
They don't price anything in advance. Better give them a fact. Right.
But I'm willing to go with any other place that other people is. I just know that I'm just gonna go what's readily available right now. What's this local. I mean, there's probably a commercial outfit something goes about, but I don't know. So if you got something, say, hey, go here, they'll save you some money. Great.
So that's good, baseline.
Yeah, just that's it. Just get a base package, just figure out, and it doesn't change the fact like we do the first 20 feet, and then somebody says, hey, so and so has got it on sale right now. The next 20 feet, we can go there and buy it because we have the bomb is gonna be a total package, and then when you turn in the next couple pages, it'll be broke out in section A, B, and C, and then that list of materials will build that. So that way, similar to a project manager, you don't have to do everything all at once. Break it up.
Cool. All right. So we'll move on. That's old business. We'll move on to new business. Couple of things we gotta identify, right? Is 18 January is our first squat and gobble for the year, right? So squat and gobble, remember we meet here at 6 and we ride somewhere, have chow, hang out, and go from there. So I'd like to kind of identify next 3 months of where we want to go for each Thursday. So any recommendations for next Thursday's squat and gobble?
I don't know if you guys want to do Thursday or sometime in the future. I'm pretty sure we can forward for business, but I'm pretty sure he's a life member of the post. A couple of us have gone by him. Got a lot of good stuff on his menu. The prices are pretty good, and I was thinking, you know, it wouldn't be bad to, you know, take care of a member of our post, or even, you know, take care of.
Where's that at?
So it's Sarno on it.
Yeah. What's going on first? All right.
Plenty of parking.
Good.
And it's no longer smoking inside.
We'll find some more.
All right, everybody good with that?
Yep.
I like it.
Mark, is there a chance you could notify him that?
Oh, yeah, you
he
want
may
to
have-
notify him that we haven't. That way, yeah, he can make sure that you're ready to hook up some stuff.
Yeah, will you take that
But
on?
like I said, it's mostly sandwiches, good prices. And, you know, he's got other stuff in there.
Will you let him know that? That's the 18th, that will be coming?
All right.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
Thursday, yep.
So WIDS meet here at 6. We'll roll out and we'll do WIDS on for the first one double. What about the second one, which is February 15th?
There's a new raw bar opening in Cocoa Village, what used to be, El Charro's Mexican, and then it was Jackal. They only last. The food was good, it's good. But now it's gonna be a raw bar. Be the only raw bar this side of the river. If they're open by then, I propose we make. I'll give you the details, but, okay.
Everybody good with that? Let the Cocoa Village run in February.
Does anybody remember where El Charro was? As you come in from the south end of the village on Florida Avenue, right there on your right? Lots of parking, great big place. Hopefully they're gonna do well. So, and I'll make sure they're open, let them know we're coming. They don't know what they decide. 15, 2:15. Well, of course, they'll have food, other than, you don't have to eat.
Is that right there, George and Drive?
Yeah, just down the street.
So let's look at it this way. Even if something happens where they're not open, we will still go up to Cocoa Village.
Going somewhere. Okay.
All right, so pretty much basically February will be Cocoa Village for the squad to go. All right. And then the next one is March 21st.
Getting into bike week, aren't we? Isn't
No,
that
bike week
Bike
will be
week,
over.
yeah, bike week is the first.
first week?
So 321, let's see, we'll hit up Sarno and then we'll go Cocoa Village. Maybe Old Fish House down in Grant, maybe?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
There's a barbecue place down there too that's pretty cool, you know. that one?
All right, everybody good with Old Fish House?
Yeah.
All right, Old Fish House it is. All right, so that locks in the next 90 days, and then next month's meeting, we'll look at April and make any changes if we need if something comes up or whatever like that. And then wait a minute,
When did you say that? 15?
February 2/15.
Don't interrupt with it.
All right. So those are our next three rides. We have recommendations on ride after the meeting. Yeah,
I was thinking, I had talked to Stan, but I don't know, the weather's
yeah.
pretty funky, but if you've ever been down, if you want to do a different ride, Fellsmere Marsh Landing is a pretty cool ride. It gets you off of all the main roads, and it's a neat back out of the way. Marsh Landing is a really cool place, but I'm not sure with the weather the way it is, because that's a little bit of a ride, it's not just going a couple miles down the road.
That's the rain, start raining.
Oh, is it?
It's supposed to be like a 55-60% chance of rain. So, I mean, another place, if you want to just go someplace quick locally, how about going over to, I was thinking of, where's easy? Where did you and I go for the calamari? Our place over here on the ocean. Blues Blues is quick, it's close. I don't think it's going to be real crowded right now with the weather the way it is. But if that way, if it gets really crazy and it rains, we can get back and it won't be. But it's just a cool place. You can go up the deck. They have really good food there.
Blue, there's also Satellite Beach Coast.
Yeah,
There.
whatever you guys want.
Everybody good with that? All right, good with that. All right, so we'll, after the meeting, we'll make sure the kitchen is closed out and everything, and then we'll roll over to check. Yeah.
What about Mike Week?
I'm coming. All right, we got that. All right, next on the agenda is Bike Week. All right, so Bike Week is March 1st through the 10th. All right.
Yeehaw.
So I know for Oktoberfest, we rolled up as a group and camped out there at Cabbage Patch. I know some of y'all went out up and had different places and everything. So I'm open to recommendations on if we want to ride up as a group. If there's, I think I kind of like the camping thing, so I'll probably look at that again. If you want to get a stay there, that's fine. We can look at linking up and all that stuff. But we'll look at one. I'd like to kind of identify, hey, which time period we'd like to go, and then from there we'll look at an agenda as far as where we want to go. So those that are not going to stay, maybe that don't want to camp, we have a schedule, and it's a little bit easier to link up than sitting there and texting and all that stuff on the day of. Right. So thoughts on? I would say it's either the first Saturday is the second, that's at the beginning, and the last Saturday is the 9th, that's at the end.
I'll tell you what, I've been going to Bike Week for a few years, so that first weekend is a far better time for us to be in a large group, find an adequate campsite, that's what we want to do, or even a motel, and be together and go around and see all the sites instead of the second week. So I'd recommend that.
Everybody agree on that?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll look at that first weekend. I'll look as far as well, there's some of us at work, some of y'all I know are retired, all kinds of work, but maybe roll up early Saturday morning, stay the night, come back Sunday.
Yeah, or even Friday or something like that.
Right.
Does that campground allow campers in there? I know y'all tent.
Yes.
They do have campers.
Like pull behind campers, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see any of it, but.
Yeah, then it was back towards the left and back.
Okay.
They did have, they didn't have any like private. They did have
What's that?
The Volusia County Fair.
I can find that out.
You guys like where you went last time, right?
We did. We like where we were, and it's in the woods, and they got bars right there.
The Cabbage Patch has its own campground too, which is right across the street.
And I
Might cost you a little extra.
No, I'll tell you, it really it worked out well. I thought when we put it. All right. So
Are you guys allowed back?
yeah.
Well, I found out on this street, I have a fire, so.
All right, so hey, the one thing I will we might, we'll look at preparing them. You know, it was strictly, hey, we went up there, threw our tent down and that's it. I think we'll coordinate a little bit, bring up some wood. I'm sure Brett will be, driving his truck. So, you know, we'll load that up, maybe a good fire, maybe even some chow, kind of have some seats and set up here. So at the end of the night, when we're done at Cabbage Patch, we come over and build a big bonfire and all that good stuff.
That's 2 months away. Well, we're back next year.
All right.
What was the stipulation? I thought we checked into that. What was the stipulation about having fire?
Dude, these guys were
Yes, it's a stipulation. The fire,
a ring.
yeah.
Okay.
And that.
Yeah. So what was the ring? Huh? Yeah. So, all right. So I think bottom line, what first, second, and third, whether you come up on Saturday, whether we can go Friday, either way, I think we'll end up coming back on Sunday, and then that will be the official 8191 day event for riders bike week. And I know a lot of people go there during the week and all that stuff. We can coordinate that, or if you're figuring of going up there for a day trip, hey, we'll just send out a text message, let us know. We'll throw it out there and see who wants to join or who wants to ride up. I'm usually out during the week, but I think that weekend is the first one.
And the Friday you're off.
Is that my off Friday? Yeah. No shit.
You got that shit extrapolated out into
All right. So that is all right. That's any questions on that?
No.
All right. Good. I like that.
Because the following Saturday, Friday is bike night.
Yeah. All right. All right. So a couple of events coming up. Let's see. Our next big event here. So as you know, since we've been doing the breakfast Sundays, our bartender used to be Mary, long blonde hair girl. Well, she was diagnosed with stage 3 lung cancer, right? So she's also a bartender at 81 and another one up north somewhere. But 81 is putting on a ride for her to help her out. So that's going to be on the 4th, right? And they'll meet down at 81. Remember the time?
We've got it on the Facebook page, I believe.
All right.
It's on, we posted it on the 81 night.
All right. So we will take part in that run. I'll say for those of you that are south of here, it would probably be easier to link up at 81. If you're north of here, we can link up here and ride down. Right. That was the 4th.
And that is a poker run, right, Josh?
Oh, the 5th. Oh, that's the poker run. Yeah. Remember that.
Josh, that ride on the 4th is a poker run.
Yeah, it's a poker run. So I'll put it out. I'll have it up on the board here. Our meet time from here, and then also when the kick ends up with Cody. So we just want to meet there at 81. 81 does a pretty good ride. Let's have our sister Legion post. All right. The other thing we have is on the 5th, the post is doing a poker game. All right. And all the proceeds off that poker game will go to help Mary out, and that's at 6 o'clock. So if you like playing cards, come here. You buy in. I think it's $43, right?
And these dealers, they have neutral dealers, got poker tables. It's a nice setup.
Yeah. Same thing. The first Monday of the month. Actually, it's just not the 5th. The first Monday of each month is the poker game here. All right. So if you're interested in playing poker, it goes to 6. Usually lasts about 2 or 3 hours, and you get a chance to take off Brett's money. He's usually the first one out of the game. So,
But it's real easy for regular people. I won every time.
All right, but hey, I encourage y'all, even if you don't play, come help out Mary and all that.
And that's why we do it on Monday, so he has.
All right, Tim.
I'd like to make a motion that, we helped that girl north here, not a member, that we as a runners group help Mary out. She doesn't have a job right now, obviously, and she has rent and those bills and those type of things on top of it. I'd like to see this group make a donation.
All right.
How much?
I'd like to elaborate on that motion. I make a motion that we donate Mary $500 today.
Second?
And then furthermore, we match whatever they make.
That's a good idea.
It doesn't matter. They're not gonna make $1,000.
Normally they make, I think $300 to $500.
So that'd be another $500.
Yep.
Mary's been our bartender many Sundays. She treated us well. Kim's point, she's a member. She's one of us. We need to help her out. But, waiting until the first week of February, that's we help her today and further help her.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Anybody want to second that?
Yeah.
Second.
Very good. All right, so we got a motion, we got a second. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. I have it, $500 to Mary. So I'll get with Dan, we'll get a check and get that to her, all right? And then I think let's go to phase 2, right? Motion to match. Let's do this. A motion to match whatever the post makes on the poker game on 5th. The riders group will match that, not to exceed $500.
Second.
Second, any discussion? All right, all of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. All right, so that will not exceed 5, and we will on Monday the 5th we'll find out what that is, and then I'll get another check from Dan and the membership on the 11th.
Question on this first 500, would it be possible maybe the Thursday on Swat and Gobble, we ride over there and give it as a group?
That's a hell of an idea. Does anybody know where she lives?
We can find out. Let me talk to Becca. Yeah, let me talk to Becca and see what.
That's cool.
That's a really cool idea. That's a great
Izzy
idea.
and I did that one time.
Yeah.
How's she doing?
What's that?
I don't know how she's doing.
Yeah, she went to the Christmas party.
Yeah, she's here at the Christmas party. She seems to be doing good. I mean, optimistic for her, spirits seem to be up. Of course, when you're here and you're you're going to deal with that. But her kid's really helping her out and all that stuff. So, all right, let me find out about that, right, and make sure she would be good with that. And
Because how else would we get it?
I'd she'd come and get it. Yeah, I just felt Becca, and because I think we gave her.
The only thing about riding over there is making sure she's getting chemo.
Right.
And that's why that's kind of why I look at that. Right?
She comes down, maybe she just come down at 6 o'clock and Swat and Gobble
Yeah,
before we leave, and then just do it as a group here.
I like that. All right.
Can we arrange that if she's coming to get it?
Yeah. Let me see. What would be Thursday? Check on that. Yeah. Thursday.
Oh, yeah, both weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, thank you for that public service.
All right. So let me look. That ride. That's the next big ride we talked about. Think if I'm missing anything until next meeting. So next meeting, of course, is the 11th. We'll do the same thing. Oh, so 11th February is the is breakfast here, followed by the meeting. we'll decide what we want to do for the ride there after the meeting. But that's also Super Bowl Sunday, right? So every year we have the Super Bowl here. The post is going to do wings, and the auxiliary is going to do subs, and then we're going to open up the sub for side, right? So we'll have a big spread set up there. I'll probably do about 200 wings, and the auxiliary can sub. So if you want looking at somewhere to come and enjoy the game and watch it, come up. We'll probably look at having everything set up for chow at 5, and then eat and watch the game. All right, and then that will be Sunday. After that, the post will be go down to one shift on Sunday. So they'll go to more like a 12 to 5 schedule. Right, during football season, we keep it open for 2 shifts. Once football season dies down, Sundays dies down, and we'll do just 1 shift. All right, so please come out if you ain't got anywhere to go and you want to watch a game. We'll be doing it here. Feel free to go ahead and call out work on the 12th. Right, that's probably the biggest call out day of the year. So you got to do that. Call out early. All right. Let's see. That's the bike night. Oh, and then bike nights on the 9th. We want to continue to do burgers and broth.
Well, I'm glad you bring that up. You know, our steak night was a big hit. And I'm not opposed to trying another steak night, but our grill's a little jacked up. It's got hot spots because the burners or the flashing trays underneath are burnt through. We need a new grill. And I know we had talked about it previously. I haven't pulled the trigger on buying a new grill. Stan pointed out some grills on sale at Lowe's. That you need,
We already voted.
yeah, we did.
Okay.
We talked about, check out parts.
I know, but it's like, you know, it's gonna cost us $250 just to fix our old grill. And Stan was showing me one very similar.
What's that?
The auxiliary and everybody uses that. Correct?
They bought that grill.
And the auxiliary bought it for the football, right? But really, right now, the Riders is the only one that uses, I think, the grill, right? Minus big events. We're the main people, right? All right, so I think we're good to move forward and purchase a new grill. My only recommendation is I'd rather do a little investment in it and get something that is good, right? That will last, right?
And I think we want it on natural gas too. That's invaluable having gas anything like up.
Yeah.
But if we move it back here, we won't have gas. So
Yeah.
maybe we hang on with what we have for now. Next time that we buy a new one.
All right, so we're going to I'll kind of help out, look around and see. We will, I'll say whatever we see, we'll coordinate with each other. Hey, we do this and come forward.
Because that grill, the burners are okay. It's the flashing trays underneath the grates that are all jacked up. They're rusted through, and maybe we can get new grates for
You
now.
can buy those.
Yeah, they were $49 each plate. There's 4 of them. Yeah. So maybe I can, and I wasn't positive of the model number, so I didn't buy it.
What about Amazon?
So I'll look into it further too. They got temporary repairs. Okay. I'll get the model number out.
We can take it apart, clean up the burners and everything.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of waiting until we get a final spot for it.
All right, I make a motion, we have Josh and Mike, both look into it and take it.
All right, so that's the conversation.
Yeah, so steak night, I would recommend when the weather starts to get nice, maybe after bike week, say April, consider doing another steak night. It's a lot of work, a lot of prep, a lot of planning. We cooked 80 steaks, but it was a huge hit.
And it rained.
Gotta take the sign down. Somebody needs to take the sign down after the meeting. There's a sign-up sheet out there. Needs to come down.
No, that's not.
No,
mistake.
that's for.
Bulgogi is the road. Yeah.
Uh,
All right, so I would say we don't, you want that as part of fight night, or you want to separate event Saturday?
Oh, yeah, we're on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, that's the best.
Maybe we move like to Saturday. Instead of being here Friday. Coming here Saturday. Yeah.
All right, so right now, we'll look at scheduling a steak night on April the 13th.
Is that Easter?
You wanna, I have a joke, Moody night, make it feel big.
All right. So we'll throw out, we'll do the same, I say we do the same thing as far as steak, we'll get them to work out.
I think they were pretty good. I know Mark had some recommendations after the fact, but buying them individually might have been less expensive. Instead of buying them by the case.
I bought them 2 weeks before, and they still had work till that week and some.
All right, I'll
And it
look,
was the same thing.
all right, I'll look at what we did. All right, so, well, let's go.
They
Gordon,
were. Yeah, it's a nice little ribeye.
I think we end up doing 80. All right. So we'll try to do another RSVP will come out, at the end of March. We'll throw it out there. If you want, please sign up if you're interested in that and order them. Again, whether we do it individually or we go down. All right,
So what money wise, did we charge the right amount of money the last time? Real quick.
Yeah, what did we charge, George? $12 for steak night?
Yeah. So,
you weren't here.
You know, what did we make versus what we spent?
Yeah,
So-
12 wasn't quite enough. That's a good point.
But I think we realized that.
Oh, it's freaking.
all right, we'll look at that. Maybe instead of 12, it's like a $15.
I mean, just make sure we're making money on it.
12, we weren't really making money. So yeah, we need to revisit that.
Especially if we're gonna move it on the Saturday night, it's.
So back to, this February's dinner night, I suggest maybe we do like we thought about, pull pork, baked potato. The,
I like
loaded
Romer's
baked potato.
stuff, baked potato.
Loaded baked potato. Do it perfect.
I think that's a great idea, Brett. How about we use up what we have in the freezer with burgers and brats and get rid of that. We'll stop ordering. Lean toward that.
Well, I think we have.
I think, yeah, we have,
Pork,
we have all,
it's already done.
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Yeah. We just need to get, gone out.
We just need potatoes.
Yeah. That's all we need. That was useless, but the same ones you had for steak night, that'd be the perfect size.
February.
$10 plate.
That's a good idea.
Pork and potatoes, all right. That'll be, the 9th of February.
And then what? Put garnish and stuff. I'll get for people. Yeah, chives, sour cream, whatever they want. Cheese.
Also, on steak night, I'd like to do 3-bag salad.
That's a good idea. I was thinking mashed potatoes and salads. Those baked potatoes. I was here at 8 o'clock that morning prepping them, and thank God Carol helped me. They had to be wrapped and salted, and there were 4 big trays of it back. They had to cook for 3 hours.
So
Yeah, get this smashed.
So we're a little bit farther than 90 days out for steak night, so we'll kind of lock down that menu, right? The menu and the price we'll lock down, maybe probably next meeting, but we have the date, and then we'll go ahead and go to use up the pork we got, and we'll get some potatoes. Find out those big potatoes and get maybe some little bit smaller.
That's basically the deal is potato.
Yep.
True, and that might be a little. Scoop out some of the potato fillet with pork.
Okay. All right, so we got that for February. We're locked in there. All right, so we talked Fight Night, we've talked Squat and Double, we've got the rides. Any other new business? Don? Yes. Oh, yeah, welcome, all right?
Let me just give a quick.
All right.
I've known Jerry for a couple of years. Actually, we kind of met through CVMA.
And you're still with them then, huh?
No, neither one of us are. So, but anyhow, Jerry's the real deal, and I invited him here today. I think a lot of us would like to help veterans, but sometimes we just don't really know what the road is to do that. And since I've been here, my compliments to you guys. I mean, I like being here. And I've asked Jerry to take a look at him joining our group because he does have a trike. We'll forgive him for that because it's as big as anything I've ever seen. But Jerry, I'll turn it over to him and he can talk about maybe how we can get involved, what he does. I've donated money to him. I'm now offering to help him build some shelving in his facility. So I believe in what he's doing. It's really good stuff. So Jerry, I'll turn it over to you.
Where would you like me? So I don't want to be talking and my back beats somebody else.
No, I think you're.
There's you
Or-
go.
Yeah, you can go up there.
And when I said you're still with him, I meant he's still free with you.
No.
So first of all, good morning, everybody. Thank you for having us here, Monica and I. We own a company called Down the Road Thrift. It was started back in 17 as a nonprofit. Initially, we started off with homeless veterans, so we were collecting stuff like tents and stoves and sleeping bags and stuff like that. Then we evolved and got involved with the HUD Bash program. I don't know if any of you guys know what that is, but that's like a Section 8 program for homeless veterans, getting them off the street, back into housing. And we furnished well over 550 apartments complete. All the furniture, the bedding, clothing, brand new kitchen, all that. As a result, we started getting people scamming the system on us with furniture, so we discontinued that program because we go to furnish an apartment, and I want the vet that's on a milk crate. I was using the cardboard boxes, dining room table, a dresser, and everything else all in one. I didn't want to go to an apartment that had a vet that had everything in 2 storage units while he was homeless. Got everything. So we got out of that. As a byproduct, when we were out collecting stuff, we would wind up getting widows whose husbands passed away and their uniforms are still hanging in the closet. And they didn't know what to do with them. So I offered to take them, lock them up until the property was found. Back in March of 21, a Marine passed away in a nursing home not too far from here. No family. They speak for him. You go off. Marine who's too damn stubborn to die and he outlives everybody else. So that being said, he was going to go into the ground in a suit. Because nobody knew what to do, nobody knew how to acquire a uniform for this guy. And it just seemed like that was the perfect opportunity for us to step forward. So 1960 to 64, he had a vintage Marine Corps dress set blues that we put him in. We'll skip ahead a little bit to this day. I'm now working on uniform number 84. We ship nationwide. Got 4 Marine Corps uniforms down in Puerto Rico. I've got a Bronze Star uniform at Arlington National. I have a Medal of Honor uniform at Williamsburg, Kentucky's county courthouse, because they had an MOH guy that passed away and nobody did anything for him. So a Marine goes up there, gets the road named after him, and then I get a phone call and we wind up shipping the uniform up there. What we do is we take uniforms off the streets, whether they be thrift stores, flea markets, or your closets. These things are not Pokemon cards, they're not baseball cards, they're not football cards. They're not outfit you make money off of, traded, bought, sold. That's not what they're there for. Last function for that uniform, sun check. So, sorry. So we've taken this up. I would invite all of you to get on your computers and find anybody else in this country that does what I do. Come on. One good reason why. Money. Money is your motivating factor. It's not going to get you. I don't care how much it costs. Guys are the right. Have that opportunity. Problem is, you all know that you don't talk about what you did in the service with your family. When you pass away, family has no idea what the hell they're looking at. They look at that uniform. They don't know how to put ribbons on, medals, they don't know what patches go on there. Hell, if they don't have the uniform, they can't find it. Family can't go on a base and purchase it. So I'll give you a brief little rundown. Funeral director makes a phone call to, I'm Navy, so we'll call it Navy. Get a 7-man burial detail, 2 flag holders, bugler, 4-man rifle squad. The government pays for all that. They pay for a flag on your casket. They pay for blank rounds and rifles. Go on nationalarchives.gov, you can pre-order all of your medals at no charge. Send them to you, but usually takes 6 months to a year before any of that stuff sees pass. Okay? They do not take care of the uniform. A lot of families don't think everything is there. It's not. Unless you are 20 years retired or active duty, you're not going to a post and buy any uniform materials because it's stolen valor. Which I agree with, but when it's for the purposes of a funeral, families should have that ability to at least call somebody and have those paid. And then they start hitting the Army Navy circle stores. Try finding one circle store that will have all of this. Just to give you all a little idea of what families up against. Marine Corps dress uniform. It's the most extensive, most detailed uniform out there. White cover, black jacket, white belt, and the trousers. Those 4 pieces, $1,200. That doesn't count the buttons. That does not count the EGA collar devices. That does not count any of the medals. That does not count the patchwork. We ain't even got into the labor, the knowledge it takes to put all this stuff together properly. So when you're looking at that, all told and done, you're looking at almost $2,000 in the uniform to bury a Marine. Maybe 3 uniforms, I can tell you almost half of them are Marines. You figure out the math of how much money. I have seen families, their backs are up against the wall, they've got 4 days from the time they talk to the funeral home to the time the funeral happens. Remember, I ship all over the country. Tomorrow morning, I'll be shipping Marine Corps Sergeant out to Pomona, California, so we finally made it to the West Coast. That takes a lot. I tell you, it's a bitch whenever I get called, because I know no one passed. But pressure and weight is taken off the shoulders of that family. Remember, our guy's upstairs, he's partying, he ate, having a great old time with all his buddies. But the family still has to sit here and figure out how to properly outfit that. Recently, I've had a rash of flag requests. I get a lot of burial flags come into my store. People find them at flea markets. People find them in estate sales. A lot of times they're leftovers from the estate sales because nobody would buy them. So instead of the family keeping it, here, take it. So when you only got 1 flag at a funeral and you got 3 siblings, hell yes, there's 2 more flags, and all 3 of them. Got it. Go get the other 6 cartridges out of the rifle squad. Put 3 in each. Everybody has it. No problem. So all of this is done with no eye on the money. Don't care. Make it happen. In the beginning, Monica and I, the first uniform, it was 48 hours, 4 counties worth of driving to put 1 uniform together. But we were able to come up. Nowadays, because of everybody's contributions and donations, very few times do I have to leave the store. I just go into the closet and it's there. So That much is great. On that note, anybody has any spare uniforms, I don't care if it's a bag of frogs, I don't care if it's a set of baby's patent leather shoes, belt buckles, whatever, I'll use it. It will come in handy. If you have BDUs on a humorous note, save those for our OTC kids, because if we all have PT in that shit, they're gonna be straight up. But any uniforms whatsoever, if you don't have a use for them, none of us got the memo to stop eating.
They shrink.
We got out.
themselves after a while.
They do shrink after a while. One